Hello, it's Ruby, and today I'm going to be vlogging because it is the day before my first exam, and I just wanted to give you an insight into how I prepare for an exam and how I de-stress before an exam too, because I think so much of performing well in exams is mindset and being in a relaxed mindset. So even though I will be working today and I am going to be doing last minute preparation, I also am very careful to make sure I don't overwork myself and that I'm looking after my body and my mind so that tomorrow I'm in the best possible state I can be. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I might also film an exam night routine as a separate video so I can go into a little bit more depth about that, so stay tuned for that. But I woke up this morning at 6:30 and I went downstairs and just read by the fire for a bit and got ready, and now I'm writing up these literature reviews of each of the books I'm planning on writing about in my essay tomorrow. So I'm making a note of the general critical consensus in the academy so that I just just to have the awareness there, because I've done loads of critical reading but I don't actually know the overarching strands of criticism, and I think that's quite a useful thing to know about. So doing that at the moment, and then when I finish with that I will go on my walk. So I started off the morning by doing some critical research, as I said, but rather than talk through the activities that I'm doing today as usual, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about exams and the format of my exams, because I thought that would just make for a more interesting voiceover. I'm officially now in my examination season, only it doesn't really feel like that. I had online exams last year too, but I'm still not used to it. It's just such a change from GCSE and A-level and first year of university. Normal exams require rote memorisation, which is my least favourite part of revision, arguments which are rushed and don't really seem to be that meaningful, and also distracting examples. Exams should be intense and stressful, but these online exams just aren't. Both of my exams are 24-hour open book exams, which basically means I have 24 hours to write an essay and can use my notes and Google to write it. It's like doing a piece of coursework, but really, really, really fast. And because of that, they don't require that much preparation. One of my tutors last term quite rightly said that you don't need to do any preparation for take-home exams, so long as you have been doing the work the whole way through the term, i.e. you know the books well, have done all of the seminar prep, read critical and contextual material every week. It's just a space where you can apply what you've learnt, which is what I love so much about these 24-hour exams. It feels like a chance to show and apply what you've learnt and found interesting, instead of just memorising and writing something for the sheer sake of doing it. And I genuinely think 24-hour exams should be the way going forward. It's a more effective way of assessing ability and understanding, especially in essay-based subjects. So I know I said I like 24-hour exams, but I also find them quite stressful in their own right, simply because there is so little work to do. I'm so used to working hard for exams and doing loads of revision, from GCSE and A-level, that not doing loads of work feels wrong. I think all of us have been conditioned to think that to do well in exams we need to do loads of work. It's what we're taught the whole way through school. It makes me feel like I'm not approaching these exams seriously because I'm not doing loads of work, even though I rationally know that doing loads of work is just going to end up being a waste of time. I just quickly popped into the shop, so I'm going to give you a quick food haul. I got some loose carrots, 3 carrots because they're out, and then I got this, which I'm so excited to try. It's a kids veggie pasta sauce made of carrot, sweet potato and courgette, and this was really expensive. It was £2, but my grandma, mum and I are going to have this for lunch, so excited. And then finally I got this mini raspberry jam. So these cookies were reduced, so I got these for my sister. Okay, let's go for a quick taste test. Oh, it smells nice. That's so good. It's really sweet. I've been doing preparatory work for these exams, but only things I genuinely find enjoyable. I've been doing secondary reading contemporary books, looking into context of each book in more detail, rereading my favourite scenes. These are the bits I love about my degree and studying, and these are the only things I really can do to prepare for these exams. and that's amazing. Thoroughly enjoying the process of revising for these exams. I've just been working on some essay plans for about 40 minutes and I'm finished with those now, which is fantastic. So I'm now going to do a more detailed essay plan, just like 2 maybe, where I write them in a bit more depth, because the ones I've written are more 5 bullet points of the things that I'll talk about, but I'm going to plan 2 in more depth, and I'm going to set maybe a 30-minute timer to do that. And then that's everything I wanted to do today pretty much, so I'll be finished, which is fantastic. Every day, one thing I've also been doing is writing a 5-minute essay plan for one of the past year's questions. I'm just using it as practice to show myself that I have good knowledge and understanding of these books, and that I can come up with a working thesis and argument for these different titles, like that I have enough knowledge to be able to apply it to, you know, pretty much any question. I'd recommend doing something like this if you've got a similar exam format to me and you're getting stressed about it and think that you're not doing enough work, because it will remind you that you don't need to do loads of work for your online exams. It's like a comforting reminder that you do have a grasp over this material and that you do have the knowledge to do well in the exam. Oh no, sorry! Sorry, did you get wet? Okay, good. And then hopefully this time it will. We are here to play tennis as a way to like de-stress before exam. What does it even do? It never hurts or anything. It's in the system. So as you can see, I did quite a lot of exercise today. I find that I focus better when I get my body moving and I get fresh air. On exam days too, I will make sure to do exercise little and often to break up my super focused studying. So the next day, on the actual exam day, I did yoga in the morning, went for a walk and played tennis for 30 minutes in the evening. Aside from the fact there is a recognised link between focus, memory and exercise, I also just genuinely enjoy exercising and being outside, and I find it's a great way to de-stress. And as I said, de-stressing today was a priority. I think being in a good mindset before going into an exam is one of the most important things that you can do. I've been doing some extra bits of research since dinner, which we had as soon as we got back from tennis, and it's now 8:30 and I think I'm going to finish up. There are still things I want to do and I feel like I'm not as prepared for this exam as I want to be, but I keep on telling myself like I don't actually need to have done that much work because it's a 24-hour exam and I know I'm going to do the research and like come up with the thesis and everything when I'm in the exam. So I know I don't need to stress, but it just feels weird to kind of not have done as much work as I did last year for my exams. I don't know, I'm just kind of stressing because I haven't revised or like prepared as much for exams as I usually do. But equally, rationally, I know it's fine. And that makes sense. If you've got 24-hour exams, like really don't worry about doing so much work. Like don't feel like you have to do as much work as you usually would do. I mean, it's a more intense period. Like these 24 hours are intense and they can be stressful and you've got to work really hard and be really focused in that time. So don't put too much pressure on yourself beforehand. I'm going to finish up, go have a shower, then obviously read in bed. Anyway, I'm going to sign off the vlog here and say I hope that you have a productive week. This is actually a few days before my exam. This was last week, and it's a slightly random thing to end the end of this vlog, but my dad and I went electric biking a few days before my exam. I took the entire day off from work and switched off from social media too, just focusing on being present and mindful. Electric biking is something I really love. It's so much easier than cycling, so some people scorn it. It's not intense exercise in the same way that cycling is, but it's so much fun. You get to see the world passing by on a bike in a way that you don't in a car, and I love looking at the scenery and seeing the gradual changes in the scenery as maybe you go out into slightly more rural areas or you pass through villages. I really recommend you trying it out if you can, like seeing if there's anywhere you can hire an electric bike near you. If you're based around Buckinghamshire by any chance, the place that we go to is somewhere called OTEC Bikes. It's a small company and they're really friendly.
I'm a traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Kenya. They treat me like a son anywhere I go, and even though no one can tell, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone, I'm alone.
So we are in the most beautiful field at the moment, and we just had to stop and look at it. It feels like it's June, it feels properly like summer, and it's a bit chilly, but we're having a very good time.
It's in the system, it's in our blood. You cannot keep me from looking for love.
It's 1:10 and we're at the end of this canal path, so we're going to head back because I'm meeting my mum and my sister, and I'm also having one of these protein bars, which is really good. By including this, what I really want to stress is the importance of taking time off from work and taking time away from your desk. Like, this is going to help you to be productive, and I've realised that over the years. One of the very best things you can do before an exam or to break up any kind of stressful activity is to take time off and find perspective and allow your mind to clear and thus focus. And taking time off is a really great way to do that. So I had a lovely day this day. We had a wonderful picnic with my mum and sister, and then my sister joined us for electric biking in the afternoon. So good luck with your exams, don't overwork yourself, and I hope that you have a productive week.